Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled Men Over 40 Are Choosing Trades Over College. Let's get right into it.
Is a trade career in your 40s too late in 2025? Look, I'm going to be straight with you. 40 years old and thinking about a trade career, people are going to tell you you're crazy. They're going to say you missed your shot. The ship has sailed. You're too old to learn new tricks. That's completely bull. Before we get started, smash that like button, subscribe. All right, let's get into it. I'm sitting here 29 years deep in HVAC, and let me tell you something that's going to blow your mind. Some of my best technicians, the ones making the most money, the ones customers actually trust, they started in their 40s. I know a guy who picked up a wrench for his first time at 42. And you know what happened? He's now making 6 figures fixing air conditioners, while his college buddies are still paying off student loans. But here's the thing nobody talks about. The brutal truth about starting late. Listen, to be blunt, starting a trade at 40 is hard. Your back's going to hurt, more than the 22-year-old kid working next to you. You're going to feel stupid sometimes. I still do. And I've been doing this for almost 3 decades. You'll be in classes with people young enough to be your kids. And yeah, some of them are going to be cocky little shits who think they know everything. But here's what they don't have. What you bring to the table. You've got something those young guns will never have at their age. Life experience, work ethic that's been tested by real problems. You've dealt with bosses, customers, stress, failure. You know what it means to show up when you don't want to. You understand that the customer is paying your bills. Most importantly, you're not here to play games. You're here to build something. I remember this guy, Mike. Mike was 47 when he walked into our shop. Just got laid off from some corporate job after 20 years. Suit and tie guy, soft hands, probably never held a screwdriver in his life. I'm thinking, great, another desk jockey, thinking HVAC is easy money. Boy, was I wrong. Mike's story and why it matters. Mike didn't just learn the trade, he devoured it. While the young guys were going out partying, Mike was studying refrigeration cycles. While they were complaining about the heat, Mike was asking questions. Why does this work this way? What happens if we do this instead? How can we make this more efficient? 3 years later, Mike's running his own crew, making more money than he ever made in that corporate job. And
now, think about this, right? And I'm glad that they're bringing this up. And I wanted to share this clip with you because it came across my timeline. And I started watching this guy, Jack of all trades. And I thought to myself, what would I do if my career in YouTubing and content creation didn't go anywhere? God forbid it didn't go anywhere, which I'm hoping it doesn't. I think it will. It's going somewhere already. But I would consider taking up a trade, right? A lot of people go back to school for advanced degrees, but we all know advanced degrees cost lots of money. And nowadays, you're not even learning from teachers. You're learning from activists, okay? But think about it, right? Like, why not do a trade in your 40s? Like become an electrician, become a plumber, HVAC. Some of these things pay really well, and there's a shortage, and the cost of school is very low. The only problem is you work with your hands, and everybody wants to be a boss babe or a boss bro and work in the corner office. I think if I had to start all over, honestly, based on the cost, because these trade schools could be anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000, right? And if you divide it up between the 4 or 5 years that you're really building your apprenticeship, what? You know what I'm saying? $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a year? That's like nothing. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, the money you can make in trades is crazy. And there's also entrepreneurship built into it. So I think it's a no-brainer for a lot of men who maybe feel like you're at the end of the road in life, you need a career change. You might want to go into trades. So continue to watch this video.
running his own crew, making more money than he ever made in that corporate job. And get this, he loves Monday mornings now. When's the last time you loved Monday mornings? The college trap. Yeah, I said it. Look, I'm not anti-education, but let's be real about something. How many 40-year-olds do you know who are actually excited about going back to college, sitting in lecture halls, writing papers about theory, paying $50,000 a year to learn stuff they'll forget in 6 months. Meanwhile, in the trades, you're making money while you learn. Apprenticeships pay you. You're solving real problems for real people. And at the end of the day, you can point out something and say, I fixed that. Try to do that with your marketing degree. But here's where it gets interesting. The money talk. Because let's be honest, everyone's thinking it. So let's just say it. Can I really make good money starting at 40? Short answer, hell yes. Long answer, it depends on how bad you want it. I've got guys in their 50s making 80, 90, 100 plus K a year. And they didn't start with some trust fund or fancy connections. They started with dirty fingernails and the willingness to learn. Here's the thing about trades. There's a massive shortage of skilled workers. Baby boomers are retiring. Young people think they're too good for manual labor. This creates opportunity, especially for someone with your life experience. You know how to deal with people. You understand customer service. You've probably managed projects, budgets, people. These skills don't disappear just because you're holding a wrench instead of a mouse. The physical reality. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. You're 40. Your body isn't what it used to be. Your knees crack when you stand up. Your back reminds you about that weekend you moved your daughter's couch. So what? Modern trades aren't just about brute force anymore. HVAC? It's becoming more technical every year. Smart thermostats, advanced diagnostics, energy efficiency. Half the job is troubleshooting with the computer now. And the physical stuff? You learn to work smarter, not harder. I see these young guys trying to muscle everything, lifting 100-pound units by themselves, not using proper tools, burning themselves out by 30. You're going to use a dolly. You're going to ask for help. You're going to invest in quality tools that make the job easier because you're not trying to prove anything to anybody.
I actually want to stop right there because I after I seen this video, I watched some more videos about getting your trade in your 40s, and I came across some other people that I might react to as well. But one guy said in order to get like started and get like his basic toolkit, he spent like $500-$600. That's not that much as far as the barrier to entry. You know what I'm saying? So $500-$600 on some tools. If you go into a school in person, it might be, like I said, $10,000-$20,000, maybe less. There's even online schools now to get you started, right? There's online schools that give you everything you need to get an apprenticeship. And online schools are anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 or whatever. So there's a lot of opportunity here, and he's right. You could earn while you learn. This is something that you cannot really do in college. Like, he's made fun of marketing degrees. I got a marketing degree, and he's right. I don't even really use it directly. Marketing degree helps me. My marketing degree helped me understand business as a whole. So now that I'm running my own YouTube business, it does help me, but I also had to continue studying after college. Not like all my college information was like purposeful as far as like me being an entrepreneur, right? Like, it gave me the kind of the bird's eye view, but I had to still do my own due diligence. Now, think about this, right? Trades used to be a mainstay in America, but they went away, right? You used to be able to graduate high school with a trade. Now, I went to a vocational school myself, and the trade that I was learning at the time was auto mechanics, and I learned a lot about auto mechanics, but, you know, in high school, you want to chase after girls, so I didn't want to go to a shop class and get dirty right before I started taking classes with girls. Like, I didn't want to do that, so I was the kind of dude that learn stuff about auto mechanics, but I also wanted to get fresh and clean, so I really just ignored it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't take it too seriously. But nowadays, I'm looking at it like, damn, like that was really a big opportunity for me. So, you know, I think, like I said, like, yo, HVAC, electrician, like, he was talking about how men in their 50s making anywhere from 80 to 90K a year. You could be in the top 10% of men, you know what I'm saying, in a couple years of learning a trade. It's not a bad deal. I honestly think it's way better than college. I really, really think so. And if you are older, you have some advantages. You have people skills. You have life skills. A lot of these young dudes, like, I know people probably would feel ashamed that they're in a classroom learning like a trade with like 20-year-olds or 18-year-olds or 19-year-olds or whatever. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, that shame of it. Yo, you know why you're there for. You know that you have an opportunity to make 80, 90K. And that's just like really as you get started. Like when you become like your own boss, you can make $500,000 a year. Like there's a major upside to running your own business as a tradesman, as an electrician, as an HVAC guy. So again, I think it's a no-brainer. Like I really wish I may have considered this before I went to college. It is what it is. I'm glad I went to college because I learned a lot of social skills and how to deal with people, and I learned a lot about women. But when you look at your life now, if you really want to make money now, especially with the recession and economy we're in, the trades might be the solution. I'm serious. Hey, listen up, Shape Squad. Are you tired of being ignored by women? Well, download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up. It's going to teach you how to master attraction, build unshakable confidence, and win with women without words. Because chances are you're not ugly, you just talk too damn much. So download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up, and take control of your dating life right now. Now let's get right back to the content.
Trying to build a career that lasts, the learning curve, and how to survive it. Let's be brutally honest about this part. The first year is going to suck. You're going to feel lost. You're going to make mistakes, expensive ones probably. You might even question if you made the right choice. This is normal. I've been doing HVAC for 29 years, and I still learn something new every week. The difference is, now I'm not afraid to say, I don't know, but I'll figure it out. Here's what nobody tells you about learning trades at 40. You actually have advantages. You're not afraid to ask questions. You take notes. Seriously, buy a notebook. You understand that screwing up costs money. You've got patience that comes from life experiences. Most importantly, you're not trying to be that hero. You just want to do good work and get paid fairly. The family factor. This is the hard part nobody talks about. You've got a family, bills, responsibilities. You can't just drop everything and go back to school for 4 years. But here's the beautiful thing about the trades. You can transition gradually. Build your skills while keeping the lights on at home. Hey everyone, if you're having some trouble deciding what trade career to choose, check out Course Careers' free intro courses, where you can learn more about certain careers and determine which one would be the best fit for you. There are trade courses on the HVAC, plumbing, electrical, construction project managing, construction estimating, architectural drafting, CAD designer, and logistic coordinator. I have provided the link in the description and pinned in the comments below. These intro courses can give you a real taste of what each trade involves before you make that jump. Because let's be honest, at 40, you can't afford to guess wrong. Which trade should you choose? This is where people get paralyzed. HVAC, plumbing, electrical, construction. Here's my take after almost 3 decades. Pick the one that doesn't feel like work. I'm serious. I love HVAC because it's part mechanical, part electrical, part detective work. Every job is different. Every problem is a puzzle. But my buddy loves plumbing because, well, everyone needs a plumber. Job security like you wouldn't believe. And my electrician friend, he loves precision, the code work, the fact that mistakes can literally kill people. He's weird like that. The point is, don't just chase the money. Chase something you can see yourself doing for the next 15 to 20 years. Because here's a secret. When you love what you do, the money follows. When you're good at what you do, the customers will pay premium prices. And when you're 40, with life experiences and trade skills, you become unstoppable. The entrepreneurship angle. Here's something else to consider. Starting a trade at 40 isn't just about getting a job. It's about building a business in your future. If you've got management experience from your old job, if you understand customer service, if you know how to handle money, insurance, employees, those corporate skills, they translate perfectly to running a trade business. I know guys who started their own HVAC companies in their 50s. Now they're making more money than they ever dreamed of, and they're creating jobs for other people. That's not just career change, that's legacy building. The respect factor. Let's talk about something that might surprise you. The respect you get in trades. When someone's air conditioner breaks in July, when their pipes burst in January, when their lights go out during dinner, you're the hero. You're not pushing papers around. You're not attending meetings about meetings. You're solving real problems for real people, and they appreciate you for it. I can't tell you how many times I've had customers thank me, not just for fixing their AC, but for showing up when I said I would, for explaining what was wrong in plain English, for treating their home with respect. These are basic human decency things. But in today's world, they're apparently rare. You bring that corporate professionalism in the trades, you'll stand out like a diamond in a toolbox. Hi, quick break here.
Yeah, because a lot of these dudes are just that. They're just tools. They don't understand that, like, you know, a lot of these young kids, even though they're getting in early, he said it the best. You have life experience. You know how to deal with people. At the end of the day, a lot of these fields, soft skills are just as important as the hard skills, right? Because when you're dealing with people, you need to fix a problem, whether, like you said, like you have a leak or something in your plumbing, or your electricity went down, or your AC stopped working. You want to be able to talk to someone that kind of walk you through it, you know, and kind of give you an idea what the timeline going to be. And you want someone that has an emotional intelligence and knows how to handle people. Because a lot of these things, like, I don't know if you ever had to hire like a plumber or someone HVAC. A lot of these guys they're not that bright up there, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? But if you're in your 40s and you were a corporate person, you really do have an advantage, because then you can mix those two worlds together, and then you can clearly see an opportunity to be in business for yourself. I think it's really smart. Now, a couple things he mentioned I want to talk to. He said your first year, things are going to suck. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. Let me tell you something. It's beginner's hell no matter what platform you chose. I chose to start doing YouTube 6 years ago. 2019 is when I started. So in December, so coming up this year, it'll be 6 years since I started my channel. And I tell you what, the first year, I just skimmed by, right? It used to take me 2 weeks to make one video. Like, that's how it took me 2 weeks to just, not that it took me 2 weeks consistently, but I did a couple days, a couple hours every day editing the video, and I didn't know what I was doing, right? So it took me a long time to just edit one video. But now I could shoot, record, edit a video within an hour, like no problem. And now I'm talking about like a 30-minute video at that. So literally 30 minutes to record the video, another 30 minutes to just edit and put things together, and boom, it's out. Okay, so over time, you got to understand that the time will pass. You know, you won't be stuck in beginner's hell forever, but you will be in beginner's hell. And so you have to have the maturity to know that, all right, you know, I'm going to get through this. It's hard now, but it'll get better later on. Other thing said that when you're older, you ask questions. I agree with this. A lot of people don't understand how important it is to just ask, stop assuming. And young people, even young women, take a second to talk about dating. One of the hardest parts about dealing with younger women, or just women in general, they never ask questions. Everything is an assumption. They swear they know everything. It's really, really a bad habit of people. But as a man, if you're rational, you can ask questions. Other thing he talks about is like the family factor. A lot of you men might have families. I don't have a family. So this is why this career appeals to me, right? Getting into the trades. It appeals to me because I don't got to worry about feeding mouths right now. But if you do, you know, you could transition gradually. That makes a lot of sense to me. He also said, pick a trade that doesn't feel like work. That's a great thing to say, because I won't lie. If I became a plumber, it would absolutely feel like work, right? I don't want to be cleaning toilets. Like, you really have to have a good stomach for that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Urine, piss, shit. You know what I'm saying? You're dealing with things that smell awful, right? And you're the ones that got to get in the mud of it. You know what I'm saying? Cleaning out septic tanks and stuff like that. Important job, but it should be for someone that could handle that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the kind of person where I probably would go into becoming an electrician or maybe HVAC. HVAC's a little hard. I would say electrician might be more my style, or maybe even like a fire sprinkler technician. I don't know if you know people like that. Like, sprinklers are required in all commercial buildings, right? And a lot of apartment buildings. And so those guys have severe job security because of regulations and mandatory inspections. And then, you know, repairs and just upkeep. You know what I'm saying? I know a guy like that. He does my gym and other gyms around, and he's steady making good money. You know what I'm saying? He gets to live the way he wants to live. So, again, like, I want to make this video because, to me, it's really important to know as men, right? I know a lot of my audience are 40 plus. You got to understand, it's not over for you when it comes to women, when it comes to your career. It is not over. And a trade might be the solution. It might be. You might be struggling working a dead-end job. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things are changing. AI is coming into the play. A lot of people they don't know where to turn. I think this is a great place to turn. So let me know in the comments what career you think you might want to do if you got into the trades. I'm going to play the rest of this video, and then I'm going to leave a link to the full video in the description.
The timeline, what to expect. All right, let's get practical. Year 1, you're going to feel like an idiot, often. That's normal. Year 2, things start clicking. You're not just following directions anymore. Year 3, you're actually good at this. Customers start requesting you specifically. Year 4 and 5, you're considering going out on your own. This isn't overnight success, but it's also not a 20-year journey. By 53, you could be running your own operation, making more money than you ever made in that corporate job, and actually enjoying Monday mornings. The final reality check. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. This isn't easy. Starting over at 40 takes guts. Your friends might think you've lost your mind. Your family might worry about the income drop. You're going to have days when you wonder what the hell you're doing. But here's what I know after 29 years in this business. The biggest regret you'll have is not starting, not taking the chance, not betting on yourself when you had the opportunity. The call to action. So here's my challenge to you. Stop making excuses. Stop waiting for that perfect time. Stop listening to people who've never held a wrench tell you what's possible. 40 isn't too late. 40's just getting started. You've got 15 to 20 years of prime earning potential ahead of you. The question isn't whether you're too old. The question is, what are you going to do about it? Start researching programs in your area. Talk to people in the trades. Shadow a technician for a day. Take that intro course. Do something. Because sitting there wondering, what if, is the only real failure. And remember, every master craftsman was once a disaster. Every successful business owner was once just someone with a crazy idea. Every person making 6 figures in the trades was once exactly where you are right now. Scared, uncertain, but willing to take the leap. The bottom line, is 40 too late for the trade career? Hell no. 40 is the perfect time. You've got the life experience, the work ethic, the customer service skills, the maturity to stick with it when things get tough. All you need to do is have the courage to start. Trust me on this one. In 5 to 10 years, you're going to be in your 50s anyway. The question is, do you want to be in your 50s doing the same thing you're doing now? Or do you want to be in your 50s with a skill that is in demand, pays well, and gives you the satisfaction of actually building something? The choice is yours. But choose fast, because while you're sitting there thinking about it, someone else just signed up for their first HVAC class, and they're about to take your spot in this amazing industry. Don't let...
So, yeah, shout out to Zach of all trades. I think I wanted to cover this because I know in our community, the number one things we go to what? Trucking, right? A lot of people go into the trucking business. That's like number one, right? And the problem with trucking is you're always on the road. So wherever you live, life is passing you by. Now I get it. I don't know how much it is for trucking school and getting your license, your CDL. I don't know how much it is. Maybe it's comparable. I don't know. But ultimately, you have the same kind of opportunity. You got a trade. You could buy your truck. You could buy more trucks. You could kind of start a company. But even trucking, right, because of the way the economy is now and Amazon, and from what I know, everyone that's in the trucking business, they're losing a lot of business, right? There's not that much movement. There's not that much transportation the same way it was before. And maybe that'll pick back up. I don't know. I really don't know. But to me, there's a much greater opportunity for hands-on skills like this, especially if you look at it from the standpoint of you could do residential. You could do commercial. Right? You could be an electrician that only works with like hotels and large corporations, or you could be the guy next door electrician that does residential. You have many mad opportunities, and there's absolutely a shortage because people make fun of blue collar work now. Blue collar work to me is important work because it's the backbone of America. So I don't got to convince you, but I'm just saying, like, to have the conversation. I think as black men, as men in general, because I know a lot of men that are, I know a lot of black men follow my content. And men in general, we have opportunities even in our 40s. You could have been a complete loser up to this point, right? A complete incel up to this point, and you could still turn your life around, right? There's a lot of people who have. Coach Greg Adams, he talked about how he was like a simp, got married, got took into the cleaners in divorce court, and he turned his life around. And now he talks about in his 50s, his optionality with women is unmatched. You know what I'm saying? Like, he never even lived this way, even in his 20s. And for a lot of men, that's going to be your life, or could potentially be your life, right? And I know in our community, we always say, get on your purpose, get on your purpose, get on your purpose. But we're not giving people concrete routes. Like, what should my purpose be, right? Like, if you are unaware of what your options are, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like you have less options. And even me, right? I've always known a little bit about this, but coming across Zach of all trades really helped me realize, like, wait a minute. The opportunity is much greater than I thought it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could really spend 2, 3, 4, 5 years and go from, knowing nothing about a trade to damn near an expert in 5 years, right? The same amount of time it takes someone to graduate college and get their bachelor's degree, or go back for their master's, or become like a lawyer in these type of places. In the blue collar trades, you could be damn near becoming like an expert, you know what I'm saying, of sorts. And get really skilled. And on top of that, by year 5, looking to start your own company and go out on your own. So if you're 40, by 45, you could be running your own business. That's pretty solid. And here's the thing that he did not say in the video, but I'm going to say, bro, a lot of wealthy people got their wealth from being owners of trade businesses. A lot of them. Electricians, plumbers, HVAC. A lot of them worked as apprentices, and they worked their way up to master technician, or they worked their way up to becoming a general contractor. They got the general contractor license, and now they're making money hand over fist. It's crazy. It's crazy, and we don't think about this because no one really talks about this. No one talks about trades anymore. So I wanted to make sure I brought back this opportunity to talk about trades so you guys could see the kind of opportunity that we really have. It's an incredible opportunity to change your life, right? And I don't see anyone in the manosphere else talking about this. Who else is talking about this? Get a trade. Start looking about it. You could do online courses. If you want to attend a class in person, you could do that. And a lot of them will point you in the direction to becoming a working person. They'll help. Some of them even help you with job placement, right? It's a clear-cut path. You don't got to think about it. All the work is already done for you. You just got to show up and get started, right? Even for me as a YouTuber, I have to figure this out. It's not a clear path. I have to go out there and figure it out. But with these trades, there's a clear path. Like the NBA, if you want to be an NBA, there's a clear path. If you want to get a CDL and become a truck driver, there's a clear path. For trades, there's also a clear path. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel. The channel's blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see y'all over there.